Ever wonder if what you perceive as reality is actually a carefully constructed illusion? Uh, that's the central question driving Peacock's upcoming thriller, The Copenhagen Test. The Before we dive in, please subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoy this content. Series centers on Alexander Hale, a spy whose mind becomes the ultimate battleground. Um, it began with a simple thought: what's worse than being hacked? And who would be the most vulnerable target? That sparked the idea for a show that goes beyond the typical "who do you trust" trope. Instead of focusing on betrayal, the Copenhagen test asks a more unsettling question: how do you know what's real? Um, this isn't just about uncovering a conspiracy, it's about questioning the very foundations of perception. When Alexander learns his brain has been compromised, his life transforms into a meticulously crafted facade. He becomes a puppet, feeding information to his enemies while uh, desperately trying to signal his true self. It's a high stakes game of deception where the lines between truth and lies blur. The creators realize that to truly capture this sense of disorientation, they needed to break free from traditional storytelling. Our brains crave narratives, but life rarely follows a neat linear path. They wanted to put the audience directly into Alexander's shoes, experiencing the world through his fractured perspective. The goal wasn't to simply create suspense, but to foster a constant state of uncertainty. And sometimes the audience would be ahead of Alexander. Other times he'd have the upper hand. But the core principle was always to make it feel deeply human, avoiding easy answers and moral judgments. They wanted viewers to question everything they saw, mirroring Alexander's own struggle to discern reality. What can it? Was that conversation genuine? Was that memory real? Was even his own intuition reliable? It's a thrilling and unsettling experience that promises to keep you on the edge of your seat. Um, it's a bit like being a spy yourself, isn't it? Except hopefully without the brain hacking out. Speaking of hacking, did you hear about the programmer who couldn't remember his password? Um, he needed to reboot his memory. The Copenhagen test premieres on Peacock December 27th. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.